Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Now, am I the last of the Mohicans to hear heavily confirm that she has transferred her stomach fat to her butt? And that's why she always talking about her butt. Maybe that's why she just so more amped up now than usual. And speaking of Dr. Heavenly, I am not digging old girl this season. I don't like her. Like I'm really ugh. Cause now she got the men funking. Come on, you ain't the men supposed to be the voice of reasons and our calm and our peace. Now you got them over there funky. Eugene don't know if he should get up or not. He in the middle of the mess, you know. All Damon wants no Damon. All Greg wants you to do is check your girl. Greg ain't even taking your patient referrals no more. He is just like ugh with y'all. Y'all got to work that out. And I really wish, how come production didn't show us what Sweet Tea was doing while everybody was outside having a good time or whatever? I just wish they would have kind of just let us know. Was she at home in her robe, watching Lifetime movies, drinking coffee, or was she out with her friends, or was she, doing work, or was she talking to her mama or her sister? Just, I wish they would have like just gave us a little bit. Hey, besties, welcome. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. And now let's get into some kiki and some haha with Married to Medicine. It's season 11, episode 2, honey. Quad gets her groove back. Do we like the title of this episode? It's cute, but it's so Stella got her groove back. It's so, Terry McMillan. Okay, whatever. How would you rate this week's episode though? It was cool. It was cool because I'm glad they let us see the finishing conversation of the men and it wasn't like a part 2 for next week. I'm glad we got to see the beginning and the end of the conversation. So I'm liking that. I don't know. I didn't write down nothing. What did I rate it? I don't know. It was I don't know. Maybe like a 6. I ain't gonna lie. Let's get into it. Drop down the comments. Let me know what you think. All your comments, the title, the rating, your comments on everybody. What you think? What's going on? Don't forget to like the video. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. So it's the day after the Whitnick, and Cecil and Simone are at the house. Baby, she got bubble guts. Thanks, Simone, for sharing. She's sitting down, wrapped up in a blanket, taking some Tums. And so, they talk about Cecil inviting Quad without telling her. And, he didn't give her a heads up because he said he would have gotten his head off if he would have told her. And okay, um, he just feels, like Quad and her could get back to normal. He really wants them to mend some fences. That's what he was doing. He said, just like how I got you and Jackie back together. Well, okay, Cecil, but there's a difference in the two. Jackie is Simone's real friend in real life. Like, they friends for real. Before the show, long time ago, they got years. They got a lot in common. They're much of the same. Now, looking at Quad and looking at Simone, I don't even see how they could be friends. They are so different. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on. So Simone says Quad is his favorite. Come on, you just love you some Quad. But didn't Cecil try to get Simone back cool with somebody else? Who else did she was it Toya? Somebody. Like he's the fixer, like she said. Ooh, excuse me. So Simone says Quad and says her and Quad can only get on the right foot. And then somebody tweets something on social media, Twitter or whatever. And then that puts them back on the outs again. So they're just very Up and down, up and down. Quads. Well, Simone said Quad needs to decide if she wants a friendship with her or not, and let her know. Ha! I heard that, Simone. Now people are saying Simone is holding grudges. Da 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 da. But I mean, Simone said this been going on for years, like 5, and she tired of it. Wouldn't you be tired of some old not getting alongness all the time with somebody else? How long you gonna be funky with a friend until you decide that you guys are not friends? You have nothing in common, and there's nothing wrong with being cordial. Y'all can invite me. I'll hang around. I can say hi, give her a hug. We can kiki and ha ha in that moment and go on about our lives. If I want her to come to a party, I'll invite her. Vice versa. If I don't, I'm not gonna trip. Keep it moving. I mean, we all grown, right? So Simone is like, why am I so sick? Oh my God. So she was like, would you put it in margaritas? Because they had someone come and make them, but after they left, Cecil admitted that he added some Grand Marnier to the to the margaritas. Cecil was like, I want some Cadillacs, and I don't blame him. That is my style. So he was like, I just added some Grand Marnier. And so he tells Simone, you used to be able to hang. She going back to the bathroom, child. So Sweet Tea and Greg, they go out to dinner. And he's like, oh, Ray, how did you find out about this place? And she's like, TikTok. Girl, Greg, you dating a child. A young lady. So she gonna keep you on the TikToks, okay? So they sit down and she says she doesn't know how to move forward with you know who, because her mouth is just so bogus. And it's like Heavenly, you know what's her name? Sweet Tea, you don't have to move forward with Heavenly. Y'all been She been coming at you and you've been coming back at her since we seen you, honey. Y'all not gonna get along. Maybe, but y'all have it. So what's different now? So she asked Greg, where does he stand with Damon? And so he's like, I'm mad he's letting all this mess go down on how bad Heavenly is talking about him and his practice and all that. Like, he's offended. He's very offended, and he should be. And Heavenly and Damon, they at the house. He over there trying to beat on some drums because he's inspired to pick up his drum set. No, you over there pent up, angry and frustrated. You need to let off some steam. And you better let him out on them drums, okay? And so Heavenly says that Sweet Tea is a hot mess and, calls her a low down, dirty beep. Really? To say that, she said that's low down to say that I told her my man is cheating on me. And it don't make sense. He says she doesn't even know him. So why would you even be speaking about what I do? You don't even know me. And Heaven says, because she's disrespectful. Damon says Greg knows him, but feels he's switching up because he got a new spouse. He know that about you, though? Well, he's talking about his character. Right. I know. He's talking about his character, not what he do with his ping. Okay. So Greg says he's been in Damon's shoes with having a mate that pops off at the mouth. Talk about Quad. Sweet Tea says he might be scared of her and wants to keep the peace. Damon ain't scared of no Heavenly. Heavenly don't treat him like he treats y'all. Noted, okay? She don't talk to him like that. She uses a soft voice. She calls him daddy. Child, ain't no funk over there at that house. Dr. Jackie has Cash Doll in her office. She's pregnant and about to pop. And so after she does, they talking about, you're going to stitch me up, right? You're going to stitch me up real good and tight, right? And so Dr. Jackie's like, yeah, I got this stitch called the mother-in-law. And this is where we throw in one extra stitch, make it real tight, because it's going to make the son very happy. So that means the son is going to propose and you're going to have a mother-in-law. Got it. Because at first I was like, huh? But you know, this show comes on late for me, so I was probably tired. I didn't catch it. I had to rewatch it. Like what? Then I was like, oh, got it. Sorry, y'all. You know, sometimes you be tired. Try you be tired. So Dr. Jackie is letting us know once again that being a black woman and being pregnant is a very high risk. And there's only like less than 3% of black female doctors. So she wants to stay in her practice to keep the game going and protect as many black women as she can. Thank you, Dr. Jackie. Because didn't she get in trouble for some mess she had said about women getting pregnant? Did she say something slick last season and got in trouble with the girls? I can't remember, but you tell me. I remember. Remember something like that. So Quad is delivering her birthday party invitations. Girl, are we still doing that? Ain't nobody riding around. And I'm sure in Atlanta is spread out. Ain't nobody riding all over Georgia to do this. Like, this is giving very maybe late 1990s, early 2000s. It's giving like, ain't nobody doing that no more. Gas is high, child. So anyway, she got to be over the top. So she's feeling some kind of way about how things were left off at the reunion. She said, you know, I apologize to the ladies, but no one apologized to me about sending me back home to in Napa. I was like, oh, she's mad about Napa. And she should, but that should be understandable. But anyway, she said the question was never asked at the reunion. Andy never asked, in her favor so that she can bring that up. Andy didn't ask because he didn't want to know. So she has 2 flight attendants, and then the driver is acting like the pilot. So they come in. They go into Simone's doctor's office to invite her to the birthday party, Paris burlesque style. Dr. Simone feels like the invitation is over the top, and I agree. And then she's like, well, where's Quad? They're like, she outside. So they go outside, they hug. Oh, thank you for inviting me. And Simone, in her confessional, says their friendship is filled with love, not words, just invitations. So, honey, Sweet Tea is over there visiting Dr. Contessa. They shooting pool. They don't know how. Dr. Contessa don't know how you break the balls up, the white ball. She don't understand the white ball. She like, where does white ball come from? Girl, it stays on the table. If you hit it in the hole, get out. You're done. Game over. Keep that ball on the table. So they talk to Heavenly. They talk about Heavenly. And Sweet Tea is like, her energy is off. She always negative, like the social media stuff. It's just too much. And so Dr. Contessa is like, child, that's what Heavenly does, honey. She goes in that closet, get to talking to Carlos, get to talking crap. She get to talking about her Patreon, and she gonna go live on her Patreon so she can really talk. She gonna tell you about the Heavenly University. She gonna try to get y'all to subscribe and pay and take some classes. That's what that girl does in that closet, honey. Or like Carlos used to call his closet the cloffice. Closet and office, the cloffice. So she said that's what Heavenly does, honey. Get in there and get to talking about folks. And Sweet Tea says she's stupid. Then there's a ring at the door. Contessa's like, oh, come with me to answer the door. It's Quad and her invitations, child. It's the 2 flight attendants and the pilot. Quad is in the car laughing and kiki and ha ha ha. And so it's like, oh, this is so cool. Thank you. So she's like, oh, she tells Quad, oh, speak to Sweet Tea. That's her right there. Quad is like, oh, well, we have to go now. Dr. Contessa's like, that was so awkward. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't even have to say nothing because they probably didn't even notice her or wasn't tripping. Like you could have not, you didn't have to say that. Were you being a little on the messy side a little bit? Then She gonna tell Sweet Tea, well, you might need to go home so you can get your invitation. Now, Contessa, why would Quad be inviting Sweet Tea to her party? Why? Just why? Sweet Tea don't care about none of this. She just, and she shouldn't. For what? She got her man. She happy. Move on. So Quad's driver, and when they leave, Quad's driver asks, well, who was that old lady with them thick glasses? Child, not you being messy. Girl, focus on the road and what address you going to next. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And Quad could have easily just said, girl, I don't know. I didn't even see it. What you talking about? Quad could have easily just said that and kept it moving. But no, she had to answer. That's my ex-husband's new wife, child. I didn't invite her because she's married to my ex. And they live in a house that I used to live in. Now, Quad, I thought we moved on. Why do he got to move into a new house to appease you? And if they did live in a different house, would you have invited her then? Like, that didn't make sense. I was on your team thinking you'd have moved on, but you really haven't. Because why would you even? I didn't invite her because they live in a house that I used to live in. Well, he's supposed to move because you moved. It's his house. It's his house. Goodness. So Heavenly is at Jackie's getting ready, and Toya, Contessa are at Simone's house getting ready. Contessa, she can't never get it right. Can't dress, can't nothing. Always looking like she get her stuff from Party City. So she tells them that Quad came over to deliver the invitation, and Sweet Tea was at her house, and they're all like, "Oh, wait, what? What?" So Toya says Quad is not happy that Dr. G found someone else to move on with, and how Quad came to Sweet Tea's party all unannounced with Phaedra. She did. That was weird, but I'm figuring that production made her do that. Because Quad wouldn't have done that on her own. Quad loved being in her bathtub with them bubbles, okay? And then we didn't even know that she had a boyfriend all this time. Okay, Quad. So everything Quad had, Sweet Tea has now. Toya, Quad ain't tripping like that. What does Sweet Tea have? What does Greg have? That little Mini Cooper. Remember that last season or whenever they broke up and he got mad at Quad and he drove off of that little child? I said that car matches his voice. Little is squeaky. What does he have? Like, ain't nobody. What child? What? Toya just talking to be talking. Toya, you are talking to be talking. Okay, back to this. So Toya want folks to stop not really being cool with each other, still coming to their events and smiling in their faces. So she wants Simone and Quad to get it together. Or not, you know what I'm saying? But just be cordial. What's wrong with being cordial? Because I looked at the picture of all the women, the promotion picture, the cast picture, everybody on there but Contessa. So is she a friend to the show? Because I believe Phaedra is leaving mid-show to go back to Housewives of Atlanta. So will Contessa take her place? Was there just no room for her? Because how come Quad is just not a friend to the show? I guess because Quad said, I'm coming back. I need a whole check. Okay, Quad, she's a businesswoman. She's a boss. Okay, I get it. Okay. Simone says, y'all cool. Toya says, no, we're brewing. I said, y'all doing what? Toya says, we're brewing. Okay. We're percolating. We're trying. It's happening. We're cooking. Oh, wait, I don't know. Was that let me stop. That's what the kids said. I don't know if that was good or bad. So anyway, they're brewing. So Simone says she owes her an apology because she took it too far about the pool incident. Her niece being unalived in the pool. She took it too far. And okay, but last week you said you was trying to prove a point. And you didn't think you needed to apologize. But okay, things change. Okay, so Toya says That's not what she's tripping on. Boom, 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 boom. She's tripping off a Napa. And then they show a flashback of Toya and Quad shopping, and that's where Quad told Toya about I'm tripping off a Napa. Simone is getting to the point where she's just not even interested in moving forward with Quad. She's like, if I got to keep apologizing, I'm good. It's been 5 years of this on and off, back and forth and back again. Simone just really wants to get to a place where she can stop faking it. And I agree. You get tired. If it ain't working, it just ain't working. It ain't no grudge holding. They don't get along. And it's okay to not get along. Like, you don't have, it's 18 people on this show. It is 18,000 people on this show, honey. The only person she needs to be getting along with is Cecil. Child. And if you get rid of Quad, her and Cecil get along better. But then Cecil gonna be upset because you know Quad is his girl. And I see the question of how did you invite her to the party was not addressed, because I believe last week in the flashback they went to eat or play miniature golf or something. They went and did something. Child, I see. So he gonna find him a little female friend. You gonna be in trouble again. Cecil, didn't you get in trouble the last time with this female friend? Would you leave these women alone? Oh, Cecil, you make me sick. Cecil, you better stop. You need to stop. And doesn't he look good? He's starting to look better and better and better. Like Cecil is aging backwards a little bit. I'm like, okay, see, he didn't look that cute early in the earlier seasons. He ain't never been ugly. Cecil, you ain't ugly. No. But you start to look better and better and better. What you doing? What you putting on your skin, sir? You looking good. You getting sleep? Okay. So they all get to the party. It's all nicely decorated, some old dungeon looking strip club type of venue. It's dark, it's cute. Everybody's dressed with this burlesque theme, and it's nice. You know, it's very well decorated. You know, it's a party. It's a quad party. So these nosy heifers is asking the owner, like, who put this party on? She's like, you the owner? She said, yes, I'm the owner. She said, oh, her boyfriend did all this. They all in shock because, honey, they didn't know that Quad had a man. And so they like, oh, I didn't know. You knew? I know nothing. So Heavenly says that they about to Google this man, and she hope he has never did anything wrong because they getting ready to dig the dirt on this man. So wait, back it up. So Heavenly and Dr. Jackie walk in, and you know there's a guy there waiting to give you shots. And so, you know, Dr. Jackie don't drink. So she was like, no. And then she sashays on. And so dude was like, I like the way you work it. And he was all giving her compliments. And Miss Dr. Jackie chat, she just walking, looking good. No, she was cute. And then, honey, Heavenly stopped to get her shot. I'm like, here we go. This is how all the confusion gets started. But it doesn't. And you have to notice a change in Heavenly. She took her shot, and then she went over there and hugged Contessa again. Contessa is so confused. So Heavenly does tell Jackie to hold her accountable. So that's like something that Damon doesn't do. But she's telling Dr. Jackie, you know, hold me accountable. If I say something slick, check me. Do what Damon don't do. Do the opposite. And so Contessa says it feels weird that Heavenly is acting like they friends and they not. So then the men, all the husbands, they meet up for eats and drinks. And yeah, so they said, oh, you know, Quad said we didn't have to come to her party. She excused us from coming. So we all get to hang out. So we owe this. So Cecil making fun, telling Dr. Greg, we owe this to your ex-wife. And so Dr. G is like, thanks to my current wife for letting me come outside because she's not at the party. And they all looking like, oh, Cecil looking like, oh, okay. And so Dr. Eugene is like, well, that's appropriate that she shouldn't be at the party. She shouldn't have went. And I agree. Greg wants Quad to be happy. He's like, I hope she's found someone on her vibe. And, we'll hope she can be happy with him and go on by her life. And so Eugene is like, well, why she got to only be happy when she in a relationship? Why she got to be with somebody to be happy? So Curtis is like, yeah, she says she is happy. She didn't move on. She ain't into all that. And I'm like, when has Curtis ever had something to say? You better talk your talk, Curtis. They was like, we gonna give you some lines today. Okay, since you're not in the DR, you sure been home a lot, Curtis. You finished with the DR? Is the DR finished? If y'all don't bring it up this season, we gonna know something. So Greg says, she says a lot of stuff, it's a lot, she's a lot of stuff. She say anything, but it's not his concern. They all laugh like, oh, Quabi lying. And she do. I thought she had moved on too, but she over there talking about Sweet Tea living in her old house. Girl, move on. You got a beautiful home. Knock it off. So at the party, the ladies are asking the men at the party, are you Quad's man? Are you Quad's man? Now, would y'all stop being nosy? Now, why would he be out in the party mingling around before the guest of honor comes out? Why would he be out mingling? Maybe he would. I wouldn't want mine. He would need to be in my dressing room with me, okay? Because I would want him to walk out with me, right? Okay. So then the birthday girl makes her grand entrance, honey. She Quad turns 43 and she has the headpiece on and she's in all silver and she looks like a little, little Vegas showgirl without the feathers. All she needed was the feathers and it would have been top notch. So then she looks cute or whatever, but I would have expected something else, like something more modern, something more, I don't know, Quad, but okay. Then Quad introduces her man. Baby, all the ladies approve of his cuteness. Dr. Jack was like, yeah, he's cute. Yeah. And a few other ladies are like, yeah. They swear he's younger than her. And then she introduces them to him. He goes by his last name, which is King. And I love the way he was introduced. He said everyone's name. So Quad would say, oh, this is Heavenly. He would say, nice to meet you, Heavenly. Nice to meet you, Simone. Nice to meet you, Contessa. Like he was listening to your name and said it back to you. And that's the way that you learn people's names too. You kind of learn people. You got to say their names and look at them and put a name to the face and try to remember them. So that's what that is too. But very, very mannerable, very polite. So they have been together for a year. Heavenly feels like, we talk all the time. I ain't never heard him in the background or nothing. Maybe she be having him locked up in the closet. I don't know. So Quad acknowledges Sweet Tea not being invited. Why are we doing this? It's like this don't even need to be addressed. Can we just party? Do something else. Who's singing? Anybody dancing? Anybody with the fire? We need some entertainment. We don't want to hear about this. We know that girl ain't coming. Y'all are not friends. So, well, this is what happened in Napa and how you felt left out. This is Toya. Toya, be quiet. And now this is what is happening with Sweet Tea. Really? She said, well, what I did to Sweet Tea is in half of what y'all did to me. But we're not going to go there. I want to stay in a good place. Okay, Quad. But let me just drop this gem on y'all real quick. Y'all did me dirty. And why would she even want to invite her ex-husband's new wife? Like, why are y'all trying to make this a narrative? It's not a storyline. We don't need this. It's 18 of y'all on this show. We got other stuff to talk about. They are not friends, okay? Sweet Tea wouldn't have came no way. And it's okay not to film together. It's more of y'all. Carry on. Now let's party. What food she got? I want to see. Quad tells Simone that they will talk that they will talk after she thanked her for the invitation. She said, "It's cool, we gonna talk." They kiss on the cheek, and then Quad says, "Not on the lips yet." And Simone is like, "What? Not on the lips? Not on the lips? Never. Leave that for him." Talking about her boyfriend. He's standing right there. Simone, in her confessional, says she needs consistency with her friendships, and I 100% agree. But I wouldn't have went this long with I wouldn't have went this distance with Quad. We would have had like one or two, maybe three. It'd have been like, okay, we just don't get along, girl. We good. We don't get along. But I ain't gonna be mad at you. Back to the men, baby. They over there betting to see they betting if the women getting along or not. What y'all want to bet? What y'all want to bet? Child, y'all got your own problems. Damon says he don't care if they get along or not. Talk about the women. Greg says, well, when the ladies are beefing and it gets to that whoa level because of all that smack talking, he was like, you got to feel like you got to say something. You got to step in. You got to get your woman. This is all he's trying to say, Damon. You do need to check your woman when she gets to that whoa level of just running her mouth. Damon is like, nah, it's amongst the women. Heavenly will be all right because she get along with everybody. Child, all the men is like, wait, what? Child, you heard the car brakes. Heavenly does what? She do what now? She do what? She get along with everybody. She gets along with Jackie. Okay. Damon says he is not going to disrespect anyone's wife because then the men have to get involved. You know what I'm saying? So he feel like let the ladies handle their drama. He gonna stay out of it because then it goes to another level if he got to say something. But that's not what Greg is saying, Dr. Damon. He's saying you don't have to say nothing to nobody else's wife. You need to check your wife. And then, like, if you have a problem with Sweet Tea, you tell that to Dr. Heavenly and have her go to Sweet Tea. And then Sweet Tea will come to Damon with her husband and y'all talk about it, Kind of like what was trying to happen at Wicknick, but Heavenly just made it go in a whole nother direction. So Greg says, but she puts me in it, disrespecting my practice, me, what? Like, bruh, we both doctors. That's not cool. Damon asked him, well, are you all right now? Child, what? Damon, what are you doing? What do you mean? Why are you this way? Oh, Damon. Oh, man. You a mess. You are a mess. He asked, are you all right? Because that is the universal answer to somebody asking you sarcastically, are you all right? The clapback is, are you all right? What you want to do? Because it could go this way or that way. What you on? What you on? I'm on what you on. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Damon, you don't want that because it's going to take you forever to get up. Greg will get you just because he's light on his toes and you are not. And you got that old tight blazer on too. Greg feels like Damon should stop her. And I agree. Heavily, she goes in. Damon asks Greg, why are you so sensitive? Oh, see, Damon. Wow. I'm shocked. I am actually shocked at Dr. Damon. He has always just been the voice of reason, so nice and just chill. And it's like, oh, he got it. Like he got it. He gonna protect Dr. Heavenly. This is real. Their love is real. She got him. Uh-huh. Brown his finger, honey. So then Dr. Damon says, don't talk about my wife. Whoa, Damon. Wow. Well, she says reckless stuff. And then I'm involved. That makes me sensitive. This is BS. So Cecil said he should have went to Quad's party instead of coming here. So then Eugene, he's sitting in between them. So he like, are y'all cool? Cause I'm sitting in between y'all and I just need to know when to duck. So Damon says, when Sweet Tea came to him to talk at the Wicknick, and so Eugene is saying, well, that was her apologizing to you when she came to you to talk. Damon says he didn't want to be upset with Sweet Tea, but that jab bothered him. And that's it. He mad at Sweet Tea. He ain't trying to be, but he is. He mad that she said Mariah told Heavenly, or Heavenly told Mariah, whatever, that Damon cheating on Heavenly. And Heavenly agreed to it or said it or repeated it. And it's like Mariah told that to Sweet Tea. And I'm like, when did Mariah and Sweet Tea, are they friends? Do they know each other? And why would they be talking about Heavenly? I guess to give her the tea on all the castmates. But we need a flashback to seeing Mariah and Sweet Tea talking. Like, what is their backstory? Do they know it? I mean, clearly they know each other, but I don't remember why or how. Okay, so he thought Greg would have said, that's not Damon's character. That's not in Damon's character. He's not cheating on his wife. I've been knowing him for 12 years. This is what Damon really wanted Greg's rebuttal to be. But he couldn't do that, Damon. Your wife went in on him. Okay, are you not paying attention? Did you miss something? Sweet Tea and Heavenly been going back and forth since last season, since QT. I want to keep calling her QT. Who is QT? Well, let me get it out so I don't have to say it. QT. So they've been going back and forth since Sweet Tea came onto the show. They attacked each other. Your wife was going in on her and her situation with not being able to have kids. Then Heavenly goes in on her, and then she starts going in on Dr. Greg. Because Sweet Tea says something about her practice. And it's like, Heavenly, you just go after her. Don't go after the husband. But she said she coming for everybody. She said it. So, okay. So Damon says Sweet Tea and Heavenly ain't even close. And they not. Then says, the biggest thing about it is, Dr. Greg, you're rejecting my patients. I'm referring them to you and you not taking them. What? Greg said, I ain't fooling with you, homie. Nope, I ain't. So, Greg, you need to chill because now it's going to be true about your practice. He said what he said, but we don't believe him. He going to say, this is what he gonna say. This is what he said. He said, no, I'm just been busy. And I can't overly accommodate your patients anymore. Like if I'm tired, he was like, some of these sessions take a long time. And if he said that he's tired and woe out for the day, he just ain't got it no more. He rather decline than give them a bad session. Sure, that was good. But Greg, we know, nope, you mad and you ain't fooling with Damon because of Heavenly. We all know. And of course, Damon thinks it's because of what happened. Because it is. Damon says he's good. We can move. I'm good. I'm good over here. What you talking about? Greg is like, I hope he heard me. And he just needs to redirect his wife. He can't. And he won't redirect Heavenly. He can't redirect her. And so it seems like they need to talk more about this, or they will just drift off into the uncertain realm of things. And that was the end of that episode, besties. It was so good. Oh my gosh. But I don't know if I'm ready for the men to have drama. It's like, oh, Heavenly, you are pressing buttons and you are going into new circles, and now we got drama with the men. So Damon said he cool. I don't think Greg is. They need to talk some more, because I guess they don't need to talk because Damon ain't gonna do nothing. So just like Damon said, Heavenly and Sweet Tea ain't even close. So why are we trying to egg this on? But you need to anyway. It is what it is. Greg, do what you got to do, because Damon ain't gonna do nothing, and then you just gonna have to do this all over again. But it'll be on your terms. Damon gonna be mad. Y'all might have to fight. I hope not. But Heavenly is a mess this season. And I don't know why she is really getting under my skin this season, but she is. I just don't like it. I don't like it. But besties, drop down in the comments. Tell me what you thought about this week's episode, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, besties.